I changed it.
Messing me up.
Yeah, I changed it. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hobby CNC with Dave. Hope everybody's doing well. And let me go on record as saying Eastern Standard Time sucks.
It does.
I hate it. I think
Changing time sucks.
I'm not changing. I haven't changed. I haven't changed. The only clocks that have changed is my phone and my TV, and that's because they automatically do it. I'm leaving my clocks. I did it last time. I left the clock on the nightstand the regular time, but this time I'm leaving my coffee maker, my microwave, all that other stuff. I'm not changing. I'm tired of it. I've been up since like 4:30 in freaking morning. Jack's all confused.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he still wants his food at the same time.
Yeah, so that's what I say, and we're kind of sticking to the old time, but it's what a pain in the butt. And every year they talk about it and how they might change it. Just pick one.
Yeah, just
I mean,
leave us
I
on.
could probably get used to the standard time if they would just pick it and stay on it. But I really prefer the daylight saving time. But it's just stupid that we're still doing this in 2025. You know. But anyway, enough of that. Mr. Paul, what you been up to, buddy?
Hey, I finally got my base done for the tree,
Oh yeah.
Oh
and
yeah.
it screws on and off like it's supposed to.
It would
Oh,
have been
that's
awesome if he would have broke it right there.
Yeah, no, don't even think that. But yeah, it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. And not only that, but the other half of the household is happy with it.
that's
And
the most important.
that's what really counts.
Yeah,
And
that's
I did I followed Dave's instructions and I printed it at 100%. So it's nice and solid and heavy.
yeah, that's what I'm talking. Team 100%. Let's go.
Yep. Yep. Hashtag 100%.
There you go. That's how we roll.
Get to
Yep.
it.
That's how we roll. Filaments, Chief. What the heck?
That's right. That's right.
Crank it on up. All right. Well, good deal. The tree looks like come out good. I like that. You can just thread that thing right on there.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Now my participation in that tree is
Yeah, you're done.
The old Charlie Brown tree.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All righty. What about you, Mr. Ballard? I haven't talked to you in a few days. I don't know what you've been up to.
Christmas light.
Uh, no news on the tractor.
I did work on it a little bit this weekend, and I was out there. So the way that it's built is you take the cap off of the oil, and you take the cap off the air intake, and then you also have to take the muffler off to get the hood off. Because it's just got these 3 holes in the hood. It doesn't like latch or anything or pivot or anything. It's not hinged. You undo these little things and pull it off that way. And so I can't get the muffler off. So it's stuck on there. But I did throw a starter on it, or I mean jumper cables onto it, and hit or push the lever that you do to start it, and it's turning over.
Good.
So,
Good. You'll be plowing with that thing in no time.
yeah, so I went out the yesterday and I bought a new battery for it. So I told my wife I'd only spend $100 on it, and so the battery was 89, and the
Spend another 5 on a can of ether.
Yeah, well, I did. I got Marvel Mystery Oil
Yeah.
to pour in all this. I had poured that in there before, last week sometime. And so when it was kicking over, I had taken the plugs out, so it was just shooting Marvel Mystery Oil everywhere. But that was all right. At least I could tell that it was doing something. So
Yeah.
it,
Well, that's good. I have high hopes for that thing.
yeah, I think it'll. I mean, it's got a good shot of kicking over, so we'll see.
Tractors are meant to run.
They
Yeah,
are.
especially those old tractors. I'm thinking about calling this tractor Steven Seagal because they're hard to kill.
Okay. That'll work, I guess.
Yep.
All right. Well, I am. I don't know if anybody can tell. Paul says he can't hear it, but I'm running my bamboo back here, and that's why I've got my little earpieces in because it's noisy to me. But Paul says he can't hear it. I don't know if y'all can
Yeah.
hear it in the background or not. But
Uh, dog needs to go out, so I'll be right back.
okay. I already showed Paul and Ryan, but I'll show you guys what I'm working on back there on the 3D printer. This is my old thing. It's on the front of the golf cart, and you can see it, the gold border and all is in pretty rough shape, and uh, wasn't really wanting to put this back on there. It's not really going to match with my color scheme that I'm wanting to go with. So I did a test yesterday where I printed this part in black, and then I printed an inlay in the blue just to use a different color. Now, I'm not going to be using blue because it's not going to be painted blue, but my plan is to run. In fact, that's what I'm running back there now is this black piece with the letter pockets and stuff in it. And then I'll run another set of letters. This was my test to see if I could press them in and they would stay in, and they stay in so good that I don't think I could get them back out without breaking them. So that's why I'm running a second one. But I'll run another set of blue stuff, and then I will paint it to match the color that I'm going to paint the body. And then I made this piece that I'll just super glue this to this, and then it will push through those holes. There's like 3 holes that it needs to go through there. But anyway, so that's what, if you hear any noise back there, that's what it's doing. And I'm not sure, that probably didn't have that much longer to go because I started it. I don't even remember. I'm all confused about the time, so I'm not sure what time I started it. But it's been going a while. But anyway, Jerry says you can hear it. We're in headphones right now. It's not loud. Yeah, usually it's not loud to everybody else because the mic doesn't pick it up that well. It's just that it's so noisy right behind me that I have trouble hearing. So that's why I've got the little earphone things in. But anyway, let me just, we'll give Ryan a few minutes to get back, and I'll say hello to some folks that's out here in the chat tonight. We've got KS Woodworks. Glad you're able to catch us live tonight. Thanks for joining us. Thomas Grimm is in the house. How you doing, Thomas? Let's see who else we got here. Earl Walker. Thank you, Earl. You're pretty much a regular here, buddy. Appreciate you. Andy's here in the house. Happy Wednesday night. 2026 is around the corner. Yeah, so far 2025 has just flown by to me. So, here it is. What is today? The 5th. So we've got Thanksgiving's the 27th. So we've got about 3 weeks or so before Thanksgiving. And then once Thanksgiving hits, it's like Christmas and New Year's, just flies by. Or at least that's what it seems like to me. So, Jerry says at least we still have time. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just so sick of these silly time changes. They just don't make sense. And not many people like them. I'm not alone in hating it. So, um, Marcelo's here in the house. How you doing, Marcelo? Wade says to print the whole tree next time, Paul.
The worst part of that whole print was getting a set of matching threads to match the threads on the base of the tree. But no, I'm not printing the whole tree. No.
Yeah. John Thompson's in the house. How you doing, John? Let's see who else we got. Rob Hampton from Down Under. Glad to see you, Rob. Thanks for joining us. John Thompson says we are still running a 1952 8N Ford tractor. I tell you, them old Ford tractors, I'd love to have one of those. I don't know why, but I just would. Yeah, Paul says those are good tractors. It's Clyde. How you doing, Clyde? Good to see you pop in here. All right. There's Mr. Ryan coming back. So again, welcome everybody, and thanks for joining us. Looks like we got a pretty good little crowd here tonight. I think it was yesterday, and I didn't watch it until today, but we had the CNC Labs production update thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, what's his name?
Wasn't Andy?
Yeah, it wasn't Andy. I was drawing a blank at his name. It was the other guy. What was his name? Daniel, I think?
I think so.
I think so. I don't remember. But anyway, he was, it was kind of short and sweet with him. He didn't make it as long as what Andy does. But I was, after I watched it, I thought, well, let me pull up. Let me screen share here. If I can remember how to do this. And we'll just take a quick look at their lineup now. They've got, of course, the alt mill. I guess they're calling it the MK2. It's now available or has been available, I should say, in a 2x4 for $27.90 and the 4x4 for $31.60. So to me, it's just me thinking, there's not that much price difference. If I was going to, unless I just absolutely did not have the room, I mean, for what, $400 more or something, you can get the 4x4 instead of the 2x4. So to me, that would be a no-brainer. Now the 4x8, $74.90 I guess is what I hadn't heard, so that's why I wanted to look and see what they were getting for those things. So yeah, $74.90. So quite a substantial jump from the 4x4 to the 4x8. So I hope sales are going to go well for them, though. I like that company. I like Andy. I think they're a good company. I do wish they'd, like everybody, work on the lead times and get it down to something what I think is reasonable.
Now, do their machines come ready to run, or do you have to supply your own spindle and and
Well,
you know.
as I was,
Depends on what you buy.
Oh, okay.
let's just go big, and we'll just click on this 4x8 and see what it includes here. It says production level speeds. Okay, yeah, it's fast. We know that. Closed loop motor system. Uh, requires little maintenance. Yada, yada. Okay, let's talk about what it's got. 49.8 by 104 working area. Uh, okay, now here's some information we need to check out. Pre-orders are now open. Expected delivery date to begin late February, early March. Now, see, that's the kind of stuff that just drives me nuts. Uh, you're going to offer something up for sale. Let's get with the program, folks.
Yeah.
That's just way too long for me. I mean, I'm not part of that cult mentality that some companies, strive to get, where people will just pay their money up front and then wait for however long it takes. That ain't me. I pay you my hard-earned money. I better be getting something pretty quick. That's just not good there. So now let's since we clicked on that, let's go back and see if they're any better on the 4x4. Of course, okay, 5 to 7 weeks. See, that's still stretching it to me, I think. I don't know. Maybe I know people are buying them, so good for them. But I just don't know how people are happy about waiting that long and paying that money up front. That's just not how old Dave rolls.
Yeah.
And of course, the 2x4, same thing, 5 to 7 weeks. But anyway, getting back to what you was asking about, Paul, what this comes with, I think
It's support for 80 millimeter spindles or routers, so it doesn't come with one.
yeah. So it's like a lot of things. You go, okay, $7,500, not bad. But then you go, oh, well, I got to get this and I got to get that.
Yeah.
Because I was looking through here and it looks like I hate to say nickel and dime you, because it ain't nickel and dimes, but it's like everything is extra. The touch probe, the spindle, um, you know, here we go, not included. And of course, you got to have a computer with their system, uh, or a laptop, so that's not included. No bits or end mills, spindles not included. T tracks are not included. Waste board, that's not too big a deal, because I totally get why they don't supply that. Uh, and the set of metric Allen keys, standard bits for drill. Okay. So let's talk about what you do get with it. You get the SLB EXT controller and emergency stop, partially pre-assembled rigid frame, inductive sensors for homing, sturdy metal legs, with the ability to add 4-foot wide shelving underneath. Okay. So, yeah, I guess it's easier for them to make money that way by, um, selling it. Here's the base thing, and now you do the add-ons.
So you could easily tie up another $1,000
Oh yeah.
I
above
think
the
so.
cost of the CNC.
Yeah, I think so. Because, well, like I said, you got to have a computer of some kind to work it. And then the spindle, I don't know what their spindle is, but I'm sure it's pretty pricey. I noticed also in the production update, he spent quite a bit of time talking about I knew I'd forget what they call it, but it's their version of a router that can now be controlled.
Auto spin.
Auto spin. Thank you. Uh, what is your thoughts on that, Ryan? Since you
Uh, I'm trying to understand a little bit more about that because doesn't isn't like the auto spin the same thing as like for reference like the Nemo Labs router thing? That's all controlled by the Gerbil firmware, right?
well,
Or is it
but aren't
you can't do the speed, right? Is that true? Or I
yeah,
don't.
you can't do the speed, but it
Okay.
basically just turns on and off. You don't
Okay.
have
So
to remember to flip it on. You just leave the switch on the router on,
yeah. Okay. Okay.
and then it plugs into the controller and it's turned on
Then I really
automatically.
like it because it's essentially it's a air cooled router or air cooled spindle without the VFD.
Yeah, I just and this is just my opinion, take it or leave it. I just think their time could have been better spent developing something else.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
That
definitely think so.
when Makitas and DeWalt's and everything are
Yeah.
readily available, you know.
I
I
don't
don't.
know how much the auto spin is going to cost, but you know it's going to be more than a router and or a comparable Makita or whatever. But it's going to be less than what $350 for a 1.5 kW spindle.
Yeah, I'm.
So I mean, probably
No,
I'm
they don't
thinking
even. They don't even have
$200.
that one listed. I'm looking back on
Yeah,
their
no, yeah,
website,
they haven't released it yet. Or I don't think. I don't know.
but
But I'm guessing it's going to be like $200. So,
oh yeah, I think it'd probably be at least that much.
but it's got
Uh,
the internals of a regular router. So, is it gonna?
yeah,
Are you
that's what
gonna
I mean. Every
do
time I
brushes?
hear them talk about it, I'm just thinking, man, it's not that special. I don't know why they felt they needed to work on that and develop that just to have their own.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's soup to nuts.
yeah,
Is
I
what they're trying
guess.
to
I
do.
guess. And Paul, getting back to your the 2.2 kilowatt spindle and dust shoe kit is $700 to $790. And then if you go with the 1.5 kilowatt, which I'm assuming is probably a 110 thing where you don't have to have 220 in your shop, it's 555 to 650. So yeah, it wouldn't take much to when you start adding stuff on to run up another $1,000 on the thing.
Yeah,
But good machines. I'm not knocking the machines. And
we
like I
were
said,
talking about it last weekend on making it up as we go. And this would be good to get your input. What you think? I think within the next year that all of the alt mills will be um, rack and pinion. I think they'll come out with you know, a new version of it that uses the rack and pinion for the 2x4 and the 4x4.
They use ball screws today, do they?
Uh huh.
well, I yeah, they might. They might, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, doing the as far as in SKU numbers and all that, it makes a lot of sense because you're
Yeah,
not.
because see, they could order up the rail
Mhm.
uh, in just different lengths,
Yeah.
you know. And of course, that stuff, butts together so that you just make a longer length, but two pieces.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting
But
to
then all the
see.
side plates will all be the same. The whole gantry will be the same on both
Yeah,
on all of those machines. I think
Seems
I
like
think
that
the
saves them some money, doesn't it?
well, yeah, yeah, and cut down lead times and all that because you're not housing that many SKUs. And then what they could do, I don't know what the what's the older machine called before the alt mill
Long
the
mill.
the
long
long
mill.
mill.
Is that that's a ball screw machine too, isn't it?
Well, I think the early ones are lead screw, not ball screw. I believe, and they might still be. Let's see if we can. I'm right over here. Let me. I'll share my screen again if anybody wants to see. Okay,
Is it
long mail.
what I'm kind of thinking is that they will push everything forward a generation.
So here is the long mail. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it says lead screws.
Yeah, with
So
V wheel linear motion.
see, I've only seen one of these in person, uh, and I remembered that it had lead screws and not ball screws. And a lot of folks use those terms kind of interchangeably, and they're not the same. Uh, a ball screw is much better than a lead screw.
Yeah,
As far as speed and stuff like that, the accuracy, yeah, might be a little better than a lead screw, but uh, for woodworking, uh, because I used to use Acme lead screws all the time,
yep.
but nothing wrong with those. But
But
yeah, so
maybe they'll come out with a new long mill that has linear rails and ball screws, which will be essentially a lighter version of the alt mill. And then on the alt mills, they'll all do rack and pinion. That's my thought. I don't know if that'll happen, but I'm guessing they're going to go towards. At least on the long mills. I don't know if on the alt mills.
yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what as time goes on what they do with the long mill and the other two alt mills. Uh, it is kind of weird. It is kind of a weird setup to me the way they have the 4x8. Excuse me. Two things that are a little weird about it is, and unlike other machines out there on the market, is they basically got four 8 legs on the thing. It's basically like two 4x4s that they scoot together or something. The way that thing is, so that's different. And of course, the other thing that I've mentioned on here before is the way they have the little gear transmission thingy on the y-axis instead of just sticking them straight in with the pulley, turning a pinion gear that way. So
It costs a lot more than two 4x4s stuck together, though.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, well, my printer's shutting off, so I can pull these out now. There we go. It should get quiet in here now. So anyway, so that's the news. Ryan, do you remember anything else in the update that we should mention tonight? I don't. Like I said, that other guy did it, and it was kind of short and sweet. He talked mostly about that auto spin
Yeah,
and a little bit about the lead times, 4x8, stuff like that.
yeah, and they were making adjustments in their warehouse, taking out the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah, they showed
But
the.
that doesn't really matter for us.
No.
Yeah, I think that was about it this month.
Okay, well, I guess enough about them. We'll move on and talk about somebody else now.
I, I did see that John Thompson said something about how he has a 52 Ford 9N tractor.
Yes, he does. John,
Mine's a 52 Farmall Super A.
John, when you get time, how about sending old Dave a picture? I love seeing old tractors.
Yeah,
Send
old
me a
tractors
picture
are
of that
good.
thing, and we'll show it on here and see if we can help motivate Ryan to get his farm all cranking.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I'm not planning on touching it really for the next month. I might for a couple minutes. I might, maybe an hour at some point here in the next week or so. I'll run out there with a piece of fuel line and that battery and throw that on there. And we'll see if we can get her to kick over. But
All right, now this comment here, this is Wade. And as you recall, we showed Wade's
oh
monster
yeah,
CNC last week. Now, is this the same CNC you're talking about, Wade, that was 4,900 Canadian delivered to your house? That big old honking thing you sent me a picture of that I showed last week?
That's as big as my whole workshop.
I'm calling Wade CNC shrimp fried rice.
Hmm. All right, all right.
Ooh, Russ Gare got ordered the comm maker Omni X.
Yeah.
So Russ? Did you actually receive it finally?
Yeah, I think he sent me something. Oh, yeah, here it is. He sent me an email and he says, after being stuck in customs for 2 months, it's finally here.
Nice.
So,
That's cool.
congratulations
That's a cool
on that. Russ? Okay, well, as you know, if you read the thumbnail, and I'm sure that's why everybody's here, I said in the thumbnail that everybody loves a giveaway. And I think they do. So I'm going to talk about a giveaway, but it's not my giveaway. It's from the fine folks at Cutting It Close.
Oh.
If you haven't visited their website, and Paul, you'll probably want to do this. I got an email. I guess I'm on their email list or whatever. I get stuff from them all the time. He says, "Hi, Dave. The biggest CNC giveaway we've ever done is officially live, and it's free to enter. We've teamed up with Shapeoko to give one CNC woodworker a brand new Shapeoko 5 Pro.
Cool.
So that's he said that's a $4,000 prize. He says,
Yeah.
but wait, there's more.
I like second prize myself.
I do too. Second place is 100 board feet of premium walnut. I would rather have that than the Shapeoko.
I would too.
It may not be worth as much. I think, I don't know what it is.
I think
and
it's
then
$1,000.
Third place is a 20-piece CNC bit bundle, which I'm not really interested in that, but I would love to have some premium walnut.
Mm-hmm.
No strings attached, no catch, just free entries for CNC makers who love what they do. And of course, there was a little hyperlink there for me to click to enter, and I have already entered.
I was hoping you wouldn't. I was hoping nobody would enter.
Okay, so I got an email back that says, "Hey, Dave Gatton, thanks for being part of the CIC workshop community and supporting what we do. You're officially entered." Now, I just went to the thing, and I don't even remember what you have to do. It isn't much, and it doesn't cost a thing. But they're going to announce the winners live on social media. I'm assuming probably Ryan will do a YouTube thing or something, I'm guessing. November 20th. So today's 5th, so you got like 15 days or so to get entered. And I think it says during this giveaway, which is running from November 3rd to the 20th when they'll announce it, every $10 you spend at CICworkshop.com adds one extra entry automatically. So
and did you
when I saw
see
that, I'm thinking, man, why wasn't he running something like that back? Because I've already spent a boatload of money buying cutting board and inlay stuff over there.
And did
And
you
and
see
now I'm
that his?
spending all my money on my stupid golf cart. So
Did
I'm
you see that all his project kits, the monthly project kits, he's got some pretty good prices on them.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he.
yeah.
I think that the maze is like $24, and
Oh wow.
he's got a sale on those Christmas ornaments.
Okay,
And
all right.
That's
Yeah, I
anyway,
hadn't been over there in a while. I've been too busy spending my money on golf cart stuff. Thank you, Ryan.
you need to hurry up and sell some of those cutting boards to pay for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we haven't seen a golf cart cutting board yet.
Oh, that's a cool idea, Ryan.
So should I do a inlay?
There you go.
There you go.
I don't think that would be too popular. Uh, yeah. But anyway, I wanted to share that. I don't know how many of y'all that are watching tonight are also cutting it close customers. But like I said, it's free to enter. So even if you don't buy something and get extra entries, uh, what the heck? Go enter. Might win a Shapeoko file. While we're at it, let's just let's see if I can do this. All right, what is this search engine I'm on? How did I get on this search engine? I don't like this. Let's go here. Okay, now let's go in and get rid of that stupid thing. All right.
Andy says there's currently 3,309 total entries.
Oh, does 15-day? Okay. Oh, okay. He must have copied and pasted that from their website. I hadn't been to their website since I entered, but well, who knows? You never know. Like I said,
I
I'm
could
not helping the odds by sharing it with folks.
No, you're not.
I could
but
have 3,308 of those entries and I would still lose.
Yeah.
but yeah, let's take a quick look see here. Okay, here's our Shapeoko 5 Pro. That's the one he said. So $3,800 or so. That's a good little. And now, isn't this what Clack has?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was. I know he's pretty happy with his. I think. And it's a good little machine. It's got. I say little. It's pretty big actually.
Yeah, 4x4 machine.
So, but it's got the linear rails and ball screws, I believe, on all the axes. So now, of course, that looks like that's got one of those little dinky spindly things on it. The way they call it a spindle, but it's like a little.
I think it's just one of the Makita routers.
Was that what it is? It's
Sure.
hard to tell, I guess.
80 millimeter VFD spindle kit costs $1,200. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they're giving one away, I'm sure it's probably going to be with just the basic stuff. I'm sure they'll let you add on if you want to spend your money.
Oh yeah.
But that's not a bad little machine.
No.
Like I said, I think Clack is
company
pretty
with,
happy with his. So,
No delays to get them.
yeah, that's the that's something for sure. They don't. I don't think they even. Well, let's see if they.
It's like 2 or 3 day lead time or something like that. It's not very much.
Yeah, I know every time when so I can compare different things. Like when I email them and ask them or come on here and look, they always say we have them in stock, ready to ship. Take a couple days to get it packed up and shipped out. But yeah, So there you go. There's a cool giveaway. Uh, I would be quite happy if somebody else won the Shapeoko CNC router and I could win the 100 board feet of premium walnut. But now that Andy's dashed my hopes, telling me about 4,000 entries so far, and we still got 15 days to go. Uh, yeah, it'd be. I think my chances are slim and none now. But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you because, like I said, I don't know if. I guess unless you've shopped with them before and are on their email list, you uh, wouldn't have gotten that email unless I don't know if he's done a YouTube video. Usually, well, he may have done one. I've been on my other YouTube channel so much lately watching golf cart videos that I missed a lot of stuff that might pop up in my feed. Normally, let's see, what was runs from November 3rd. Normally, he puts out a video on Sunday morning, I think. So he may have done one announcing that on YouTube. In fact, I'll go.
I haven't seen one yet.
Let me just go look and see. Let's see. Oh, I keep getting in that other stupid search engine thing. I'm in the wrong search bar. There it is. All right, let's look and see if he's.
Gary
No,
has a
3 days ago, he did a video explaining compression bits.
Yeah.
So it looks like he hasn't done a video out about the give. That's kind of strange. I would have thought since it started the 3rd, which was Monday, I would have thought he would have done a video that Sunday, at least a short, to announce that. But I guess he's just doing it with the email things. Now maybe he's just doing it that way because he's just sending it to people who have bought from him before.
That could be.
That could be. But he says it doesn't cost anything to enter, so I don't know if they let just anybody enter or not. They let me enter one time, but
Girls been ordering stuff.
And I won't be buying anything probably between now and the 20th because I've still got a maple cutting board and a walnut inlay piece as well as Padalk and cherry and other stuff. I got to figure out another cutting board to do. Speaking of my CNC out there, I am back in business out there as far as being able to run the thing. I had that other machine I had listed on Facebook Marketplace, and I said enough is enough. I'm pulling that off of there, put it out by the curb, and get my CNC back. And then I went to the Masso website and saw that they had, I knew they had a new firmware update, 5.12, and that was supposed to fix, remember when I got mine, the software I got was 5.11, and the G30 did not work correctly. It only worked on the Z. It would move the Z to the G30 thing, but it wouldn't move the X and Y. Well, that was corrected in 5.12. But by the time I went to go get that, 5.13 was out. So I got 5.12 and 5.13, but I didn't even bother putting 5.12 on there. I just got it for in case something's buggy with 5.13. But I haven't. I got that installed yesterday, I think it was, and haven't really ran anything. But I'm going to be making that one last cutting board thing I've got. I just can't figure out what I want to make with it. I was wanting to do kind of a Christmassy one, but I can't. I don't think that's the. I need another walnut base with the maple inlay instead of the other way around. So I don't know what I'll make with that one, but it'll get around sometime. All right. So, well, that's pretty good. Com makers. Rush got his com maker. What else is over here? Oh, John's talking about. He's talking to Russ Gear. They said that's why I order from an American company now because I don't know when I would get one from Canada. Ask what? What was I talking about back then? I don't usually do Chat GPT. I'm a Google Gemini guy. That's my jam. The Google Gemini. I like using that one. Although I found when you do a prompt, you really have to. In fact, normally what I do is I'll instead of trying to type it in the prompt, I'll do it on Notepad just so I can get it all just the way I want, and then I copy and paste it because you really need to put a lot of detail in there to get it right. Because one thing I've noticed with Gemini and other ones as well, let's say you say, here, take this picture of me and change my shirt color from black to red. Well, it might do it. But then if you come back and you go, okay, now change it from red to blue, it'll do it and it'll still be red. It's like they go, okay, we're going to do it, and then when you get the result, they haven't changed anything. I had trouble with a couple of things, and it's like you can get them to change so much, but once you get there, it's like every time you ask for another change, they keep throwing the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and you just have to shut it off and start a new chat, I found. So, but I haven't really played around with that much lately. I was doing a lot when I was doing those old pictures, trying to colorize them and stuff. That was a lot of fun. But all right, well, let's see. What are we looking at over here? Okay, Wade says yes, servo driven. So that was the machine you got for $4,900 delivered to your door. That's a heck of a machine.
It's a big machine.
Did riggers have to bring that, or how was it delivered? That thing looked like it weighed a bunch. Sean's in the house. How you doing, Sean? Train guy. So it says it's a 4x8, but it takes up a 7-foot by 11-foot space. That sounds like something else.
That's a big honking machine too.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. Andy says, wow, wow, and wow. I'm not sure what that's about.
I think he was talking about the contest that.
The giveaway.
Stay going, yeah.
All right, yeah, and if anybody's wanting to find it, Jerry's put the link in there. It's not hard to find, but yeah. And like I said, it's free whether you want to buy anything or have bought anything from them before or whatever. It's free to enter. At least get one entry in. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, 3,309 entries so far. Wade, I guess he's asking me about this, I'm guessing. He
Yes.
says, when you do a 3D print inlay, do you need to have any tolerance? Well,
Yes.
no. I made them. I took them from the same file and didn't change anything. And yeah, you got to push them in there pretty hard, but now I can't get them out, and that's what I want. They're going to be bouncing around on a golf cart. So now maybe I'll put a drop of CA in there too before I push them in. But one thing about it, and I know you guys know this, the 3D print, if you're trying to do an inlay, and as soon as the printer stops, you go pull it off the plate and that thing's still hot, you ain't getting it in there. Just leave it on the plate and let it cool down because all that 3D printing stuff shrinks a little bit. So, but yeah, there was zero tolerance on this. It was all just from the same file, and I just pushed it in there, and it's staying in there, and that's what I want. I want it to be hard to get out. Andy just entered. So there's 3,310 entries now. What's Earl saying here? Yes, I have 2 Christmas and one of the. Oh, he's talking about the kits. All right. Good deal. Marcel, we're counting down the number of it. There's 3,311 now. Yeah, here's you better listen to Jerry. He says, thank you all for entering, but did you smash the like button here and subscribe? Well, I don't know.
You should.
You should.
Yeah.
You're here, you know. Why?
That doesn't cost you anything either.
Yeah, it doesn't cost a thing. Okay. Right. I'm just looking through the. John says he uses Copilot, and have had it change the image 4 to 5 times with perfect results. All right.
I typically use Copilot as well, but I really don't mess with images too much. I did have it do an image the other day, and it was kind of funny because it gave the being an extra arm.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they'll add fingers and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Here's that nerdy guy that hangs out with Clack sometimes. He's on there. How you doing, Steve?
Sniffing glue.
All right. Well, I guess that's basically all I got. I was going to, we just talked about the production update from CNC Labs, and thought I'd let you know about the giveaway thing. So maybe somebody that's watching here tonight will be lucky enough to win the thing. That'd be cool.
Because it sure won't be me.
Yeah.
There was there's something else with CNC stuff that I thought you might find interesting, but I can't remember what it was right offhand. Yep, don't remember. Oh well. That was pointless.
Well, you know what my mom used to say whenever I'd forget, she'd forget something. She'd say, well, it must have been a lie. I can't remember it. It must have been a lie.
Steve said, I heard that crying. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he heard whatever he said. Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up then. We've been here right at an hour. Thank y'all for hanging with us and listening to us jabber on. And is there anybody out there that's got a an alt mill or even a long mill for that matter? Are there any alt mill owners out there in the chat?
I'd really like to play with one. I think it's a cool machine.
Yeah. I'd well, not so much now because I've built my own, which I'm quite happy with. But Okay, Andy has an alt mill 4x4, he says. Um, yeah, there was a time when I would have loved to have an alt mill. The only thing is, now that I've built my own and using the Masso and even the old Masso, the old G2 that I started with, um, I would not. I would love to have the alt mill machine, but I would rig the electronics up myself
Yeah,
and
yeah. I
use
think I'd be the same way.
I'm not a big fan of the G Sender thing. Now you've heard me say G Sender's my favorite Gerbil software stuff, and it is if I'm running a machine that uses Gerbil. But um, that's just not my favorite way to run a machine. The Really digging the Masso, and I
I'm
may
glad
have
you
some
are, because
more.
you were really hesitant on that a long time ago, and because they were just doing so many weekly updates on the software and all that. But now that they've gotten it all hammered out and you gave it a second chance, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, and the G3 Touch, it is the bomb. I'm telling you. I absolutely would not use anything else right now. It's I love absolutely, and I said this before. The thing that I didn't even think I would use. That's my favorite thing about it, and that's the I can never think of the name of it. What is it, Paul? The Wi-Fi stuff where you can send files to.
from
What
your
is
Macro
that?
Go,
computer out to the Masso.
Masso Link. That's what
Yeah.
it's called. I can never think of that for some reason.
because they should have called it Masso Go, because that
Yeah, I don't know.
flows.
But anyway, yeah, that's probably my, because I can sit right here at this desk, and my machine's way over there at the other end of the house in the garage, and I can just set all my programs and just send them right over there. And by the time I walk out there, they're already there waiting on me. So I really love that. But and the touchscreen, that was the I love the G2. There wasn't nothing wrong with that G2, but I just hated that my touchscreen monitor was not compatible, so I still had to use that silly keyboard. But now that I got the touchscreen, it's the best thing out there, I think. And you know me, I'm a long, long time user of Mach 3.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah. Oh, I'm not knocking your the G Sender stuff, Andy. I know that's a cool thing that
yeah.
that they've
That's what
got
I'm using
working.
on the Ranger.
Yeah, yeah. Of the all the G code senders, universal G code sender, candle, all that nonsense, G sender is the top dog when
Oh
it comes
yeah,
to that. But it's just not. Um, it just well, it just doesn't compare to a Masso. I don't think so. All right, well let's get out of here. I don't think there's any more comments there. So thank y'all for tuning in tonight, and we will see y'all next week. And I'm gonna have some. Well, you might see the thumbnail. I might have a surprise guest next
ooh,
week, or maybe the week after. We're still ironing out some details, but might be next week. I hope so. Anyway,
nice.
let me get over here to hit the outro, and we will see y'all next week, folks. Everybody have a good weekend.
See y'all.
See ya.